How y'all doing? It's Rob Byrne. I'll make a feature man R&B and snow to the Richard TV 91. This time I'm doing another Christmas Crisis, and this time I'm doing Love Always Santa. And what Love Always Santa is about this writer. And he has this job where he writes back kids who write to Santa Claus, and he writes them a real letter. That way they keep believing in Santa and get a real letter from Santa. And this little girl, Lily, writes them. And she tells them how her father died and how she wants her mother to find somebody and to have that light back into her and to get out of the darkness that she's in. And the writer, who is Love Always Santa, he writes Lily's mother, and they start writing back and forth and become pen pals. Well, he gets so attached to this mother that he goes to their hometown and he has a book signing because he's a famous author. And in one of the letters, mother said how she was a fan of him. So he goes down to their hometown and has this book signing right across from her shop, but he doesn't know it's her shop yet. And Lily comes to the books, and he realizes that this is Lily, the little girl from the letters or whatever. And she takes him to meet her mother, and they have an instant connection. Well, the mother is went on one date with an old high school friend or whatever, and the writer doesn't want to pursue her because he thinks that she's in a relationship with this guy when she really isn't. Well, they get to know each other throughout this whole movie, and he's about to tell her who he is to her at this book reading at her restaurant or whatever, and he's about to do it, and this guy shows back up that went on a date with her and offered her to take her to Cuba, and she turns it down. But the writer walks out and leaves before this happens, so he doesn't know this happened. He's about to go back home, and him and his friend are driving back home, and the car goes off the road because they hit a patch of ice. So they had to stay at this barn that has all these Christmas decorations, Christmas toys or whatever. And then they find a horse and a buggy and a sleigh, and he tries to find Lily and her mother. And while he's doing this, Lily and her mother goes to the wishing well where Lily's mother and father used to take her as a kid. And her mother makes a wish, and the writer shows up, and he tells them that he's the Santa, the one that's been writing them, and they done figured it out at this point. And he asks if she's mad at him, and the mother comes and kisses them, and they ride off together, and I'm guessing they're going to start a relationship and become a family or whatever. And that's all that really happened on this movie. If I've ever watched Love Always Santa, it'll be all like that. As always, I'll be signing out. Thanks to you, Dawson. See you next time.